So, welcome everybody. Today I am talking to Karim. Now, Karim's got an absolutely gorgeous website, but there's something I want to touch base on with Karim before we get started. Karim had an issue when he was a child with stuttering. So, Karim, can you touch base more on that and tell us how you became part of this NLP scene?
Yeah, that's a great question. I grew up with a severe stutter
Hmm.
ever since I can remember. And my mum and dad took me through to speech therapy.
Yeah.
And speech therapy taught me the mechanics of how to speak better,
So, like a
right?
rules, it has to be done like this sort of thing.
Yeah, like they go through like the mouth patterning on, trying to retrain yourself and how to speak,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
right? And it worked somewhat,
Hmm.
but I just felt like something was missing.
Right.
But the funny thing was, Trish, is that when I was singing, I didn't stutter.
Oh,
And when I acted out my favorite movie scene, I didn't stutter either.
oh,
This wasn't just for me, this is a global stuttering thing.
oh.
So then I started to ask the question, what was it about acting like myself that allowed me to stutter? Because it wasn't a mechanical issue,
Yeah, that's a good question.
right? And so I grew up with a lot of self confidence issues, um, not being able to express myself because of my stuttering. I didn't want to be humiliated, teased, all that kind of thing. And that affected a lot of other things in my life. And then I hit rock bottom. It was like a fork in the road. Um, when I was married and about to have my first kid, I was about to open up my third business. I thought this should be fine. But the problem was is that I didn't know that I had massive anxiety, and I was using sleep as a way to cope, right?
Yeah,
And so since when I had the baby, there was no more sleep. It was taken away from me.
true.
Life was like, hey, here we are. We need to address this anxiety. And I just assumed, I didn't even know that I had anxiety. I thought it was just me, my racing mind. This is just how life is. This is who I am. And then I hit rock bottom in my business and I'm like, hey, I need an out quickly. And then I remember watching, I was feeling sorry for myself on the couch one day in my jocks. And then I was watching Tony Robbins. I remember thinking, man, who is this guy? He's really speaking to me. I want to know what he studied. So then went on Google, what did Tony Robbins study? He studied NLP
Hmm.
and hypnosis. And I'm like, Google, the best schools in Australia to study NLP and hypnosis. And then that was when that was the start of my journey. And then within 2 weeks, I kid you not, um, my business was up and running. But more importantly, um, I felt so much better and clearer within myself,
Yeah.
more confident. Um, the stuttering was a lot less,
Mhm.
and I just felt so much more fulfilled and happier.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got to get into this, and that was how I got into it. And I started to really learn about me and what was happening inside of me and my inner game.
Mhm.
Um, yeah,
And that has led to you doing talks with TEDx,
yeah,
going from
yeah,
stuttering, struggling to articulate, having to sleep to cope, to I'm on stage.
yes,
So tell us about
yeah.
that journey.
That was a weird journey. So, I was talking about my journey and, my beliefs and all that kind of thing around this because what I felt is like not many people were talking about the power of what we can do as NLP practitioners, hypnosis, but as like putting that aside, it's more about the subconscious. Not many people know that the subconscious even exists,
Mhm.
right? And so I had someone tap me on the shoulder from the States. And he's like, hey, mate, been watching your stuff. I love what you're talking about. Have you ever thought about talking on stage at TEDx? And I'm like, number one, this is a scam. Number two, uh, you don't know me. I'm the guy that watches the TEDx. I'm a stutterer. I can't speak. I look up to the people watching TEDx and always dreamed. I'm not that person. I'm not that guy. I
You've
can't. I've
lost in
got a fear of
yourself.
speaking. I can't speak. Wrong tree, man.
Mhm.
And then I left it for like a week, and then something was talking to me inside of me, thinking, what if? And this was after all the training and everything. And I'm like, hang on, let me live what I've been learning and studying
Yeah.
to go beyond my fear. And so I started looking into it, and it was legit, but it wasn't a promised thing. It was more along the lines of, let's create your profile, let's put it through to TED. I can help and coach you through this, and we'll see what happens. And it's, mind you, it's in the States. Um, I was training, practicing, and I just thought this is just a way for me to just learn how to practice my speaking skills, communication.
Yep.
I'm not going to get this thing. And then 8 or 9 months later, while I was away on holidays with my wife and family, I get an email saying, congratulations, TEDx have approved to have you on. I'd love to have you on.
That's
And I looked at my
exciting.
wife like, what the hell's going on? I was shitting myself at the same time.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Because that's next level.
Next level as well, because we just had our second, I think, our first or second kid then.
Hmm.
I think we just had our second child, and I'm like, this is another layer of like, like not only am I shitting myself, but what does that mean leaving my wife and kids,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. So went away to the States. That's a whole nother story, by the way, in itself, because 2 days before I was going to jump on stage, they wanted to pull. They said I can't use my talk
Oh,
because there were references around mental health, and all those types of things where I can't speak about because I'm not a doctor,
and it's different in the US compared to Australia. Yeah.
right? Um, and that meant that I was either going to come back home and not do the talk, or I had to make a whole new talk within one day,
Leveling up.
right? And use that talk.
Yeah.
So I had a choice. And I'm like, and then all the fears started to creep in, all the limiting beliefs that I can't do this, it's not going to work. But then I did it. And in fact, the people got a better version of me because I grew within those 9 months.
Yeah.
And my talk was better, it was more refined, all that kind of thing. Um, yeah. And so there I was on stage and talking about my experience, and it was called How to Overcome Your Inner Stutter. So the point that I'm making about this is that it was no longer, wasn't about my stutter, my physical stutter. It was about my inner stutter.
Yeah.
And most people walking out and about today wanting to be exceptional people, they all have inner stutters,
Hmm. Hmm.
their beliefs, all those things that I went through. Um, that, yeah, I'm able to allow people to see that there is things beyond this.
Yeah. And that inner stutter probably stifles a lot of people as well in society.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the main reasons why people aren't living to their most full potential, even if you're, you know, working and, in the highest place that you're in now, they feel like they're still hitting a glass ceiling because of those inner stutters.
Yeah, yeah. And how many people, I can just imagine it, how many people have, rather than saying yes and then working it out like you did with your talk, and they've just gone no and tripped over
Yes.
themselves as
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. They put it in a too hard basket. They're
yeah,
like, it's easier if I just say no. Oh well, I tried.
yeah, yeah,
Right. And yeah, but I had to find this and go through this fear while being fearful and while being scared.
yeah. So you just did it scared. Did it
I
anyway.
just did it scared. I did it and I did it being scared.
I remember my very first public talk that I did on stage. I deliberately wore a dress because my knees were shaking so bad that I couldn't control it, but my voice
Yes.
was fine. And I'm like, oh
Yes.
my gosh, what kind of representation am I putting here? Because I can't control this part, but this
Yes.
part's working well. So,
Yes.
and the other thing on your website as well, this is what I absolutely love, is that you have a free breakthrough call called Find My Blind Spot. What's that about?
Yes. Yes. I've created an app. for people that can't get me, or people thinking like, you know what, I don't really want to feel like talking to you, although as much as you look cool, I feel like this is private and I want to do my own thing.
Yeah.
I've created an app where it's in my tone and in my voice, where you get your own coach, that is me,
Nice.
24/7. And it breaks down, um, your performance blockers, the
Yeah.
reason why you can't get to that next level, what's holding you back. Yeah,
Love it. Absolutely love it. So check out Karim's website. Honestly, it's absolutely amazing. And if you need any assistance with stuttering, sports performance, being on stage, like this guy has done it. He has proven that you don't have to trip up on yourself.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm working with some pretty incredible athletes. Most of my clients are actually outside of Australia, so I'm working with NFL players, AFL players as well. But even like high
Isn't it?
executive, high performing execs. Sorry?
Yeah, because that's a big thing, isn't it? Because like not only are you playing a sport, it's a high intensity sport, and there are people in that audience that don't like you.
No.
You know, like we've all seen those which one was it in the AFL where everybody booed one of the AFL players and I'm like, man, that guy's got some goals because he just went, nah, gonna keep doing it. Like, fantastic. I think that's great. How's that for a
Yeah,
love it.
definitely.
So if
Yeah,
you want some assistance from Karim and you can book that blind spot, you can get onto his website. Absolutely fantastic. And he's going to help you take everything to the next level because he's been there. He's been at the lowest of lows and now he's on the upper. So thank you everybody for joining in on this talk and we'll catch you all in the future. Bye-bye.
thank you.